Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, so today we're gonna do a haul video. Take a look at all the cool stuff I picked up yesterday. I tried not to show it in the video so much. I think a couple things you figured I'd pick up, but I tried not to show everything that I found. Some of the stuff was on camera, some of the stuff wasn't, but I think there'll be a few surprises in here. So let me know what I was crazy and missing or grabbing or vice versa. But yeah, this is super, super cool. So I did get this. Of course I got this. It's big band music. It's hard for me to pass up any big band records, period. So this was $8.99 for a 2-album set. It's a little on the high side, but still, this is cool. Jimmy Dorsey of the Dorsey Brothers, the other being Tommy Dorsey. And this is a cool set. I shared in the video yesterday that I did take the records and did the spin clean on them. I replaced them all with the higher quality sleeves. But you know what? Something I have noticed that I'm not good at is I'll grab records that are good, and in the store I'll just be like, I'll feel the record and I'll be like, yeah, this is cool. But I don't take it out to look at it. I know that's terrible. But at a couple bucks a pop, it's not the end of the world, right? So here is the next record I picked up. This is Granada. Honestly, I've never heard of Fritz Wunderlich. There's a funny name for you. But I like opera music, and there you go. So that's why I picked that up. This next one is super cool. And I'm always looking for things that are unique, things that are, just not your average record. So this is a record of recordings of steam locomotives. And I just thought that was super cool. It's like 1968, and it just looks like something unique and fun. So that's why I picked that up. And my dog is dragging her chain on the floor for no apparent reason. Come here. Come here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and set her over here. And we'll continue. Sorry about that. She sounds like Marley dragging her chain. This one is a record out of a set. I have another one of these When Radio Was King albums. It's a Reader's Digest set. When you go to the thrift store, it's an amazing amalgamation of parts and pieces from, broken apart Reader's Digest sets. But this one is worth grabbing, I think, so I did pick that up. Next, I grabbed this. Yes, I am a sucker for, the cover art. So this was super cool. I love Christmas. So this is awesome. 1979-ish. So anyway, looks pretty cool. Haven't listened to it at all, but it looks awesome. Now this next one is interesting. I did show this one on camera. It is this children's record. It's a 10-inch vinyl record. Let me pull it out of the sleeve here so you can see it. It's a little scratched up, but it's super cool. I love the cover art. And like I said, it's a 10-inch record. The other side has a different color label, which I thought was kind of interesting. I like children's records. I think they are neat. So I did pick this up. Again, sight unseen. Next one, don't have to explain why. Glenn Miller, I love Glenn Miller. I have 2 other copies of this. They're all pretty rough. This one's in pretty good condition, except one side has these paint flecks on it. I don't know why. However, this one is in amazing condition. 1967, this is a Camden release. It's got a beautiful matte finish to it. And these are original Glenn Miller recordings. And yeah, they just look super, super cool. If you don't know, Camden is the budget label, or was the budget label for RCA Victor. The good news is for collectors that if you find something you like on Camden, pick it up, because Camden pressings are the same quality as RCA, which are my personal favorite. I feel like they're the highest quality, not considering the Dynaflex fiasco or sidetrack, as it were. But yeah, RCA Camden, basically what it was is they took artists that were pretty well known and re-released their material, and then the artist agreed to take a cut on their royalties. So that's how they did that. Picked up another Hawaiian record here. Love Hawaii. This is Hawaiian Mancini, so it's 2 good things going for it. And awesome cover art. On the back, you got a standard Victor label. The pinnacle of quality. When I see an RCA Victor label like this is a good pressing. This is a Dynagroove, not Dynaflex. But that's a good quality pressing. Speaking of Dorseys, I did pick up Jimmy's brother, Tommy Dorsey, a best of. Again, if I see, big band records, it's hard for me to pass them up, especially when they are not too expensive. But when they've got amazing cover art like this, I can't pass it up. So Artie Shaw's great 1938 band. If you're into big band music, Artie Shaw was an interesting case. Got to really popular 1938 and decided that he didn't want to keep, playing his hits because people wanted to hear Begin to Begin. They wanted to hear all of his top hits, and he didn't want to do that. He wanted to be experimental as an artiste. And so he got weird and ran away to Mexico and whatnot. And then finally, one more record, and then we'll get on to some other goodies. I did pick up a Ray Anthony. He's a Glenn Miller alumni, the only member of the original Glenn Miller Orchestra that's still alive. And the cover art on these is amazing. This stereo sticker is a sticker, and that's weird. It's like plastered on the record. So again, none of these were in terrible condition. Got a couple of these beautiful rainbow capital labels. But yeah, so those are the records I picked up. And again, I was looking for records, cool ones. I'd love to find some colored vinyl, picture discs, kids stuff, and I can't pass up the big band stuff. But in terms of tech, you saw a bunch of tech, and I can't just grab every piece of tech. So I had to pick a couple favorites. So the first thing I bought was this. I know, another CD player. I've sort of got a collection of these going now, but it's like $2.99. I can't pass it up. This is a GPX brand, so pretty much a generic brand, but it feels high quality. It's got an FM radio built in, and for $2.99, I'm willing to take the gamble on it. I think they're cool. Battery powered. I don't think it has anti-skip or anything. It's pretty basic, but yeah, I love these things. I think they're really, really neat and interesting. If you've ever seen this brand and wondered about it, GPX, that's what the company used to be called Grand Prix. So like you'll see 1970s 8-tracks players that say Grand Prix. In fact, I have seen those online before. And anyway, they changed the name to GPX. So GPX Grand Prix, the same thing, $2.99. I haven't listened to this yet. Now, with the tech stuff that we're going to look at, I'm not going to show you today if it works, how it works, how I got it to work, if I did, because I'm saving those for different shows. So if you're interested in the tech, keep watching. We're going to do more shows in the future. I'm not sure when we're going to get to this guy. This is sort of low priority, but we'll get there eventually. We'll do more shows on that. The next thing I want to show you, I'm super excited about. So this is an interesting story right here. Yes, I did get this. First of all, it's awesome. I love the shoebox cassette players. I love that stuff. Magnetic tape is just interesting to me right now for some reason. This is super early. Now, for a lot of you may be saying, aha, I saw that on Tecmo, that's the Sears tape cartridge. It's not a cassette player. And, I knew that Sears had this proprietary, close to a cassette, but not quite a cassette format. And I didn't want to necessarily get that because I don't have any of those tapes. They're hard to find. Even Tecmo had, it took some time to research what that tape was that he had. And it uses the head is, on the record head is on the wrong side of the magnetic head or whatever. So I didn't want to go down that route. However, it had a cassette tape in it and it seemed to fit. It wasn't this one, but it was in there, and I'm like, well, that's a cassette tape. That's a compact cassette tape, a Philips compact cassette tape, and it fits. So I don't want to give too much away because, again, I want to do this in a separate show. But this thing is heavy, too, by the way. I mean, this thing is really heavy. Right now, it's loaded with C batteries. It's got a funky power cord on it. So we're going to need to use batteries or find a power source. But anyway, I took a gamble on it. Didn't have a price. The reason why you'll see me messing around with it, on camera in the show yesterday is because I wanted to get a price. There was no price tag on it. So it took like forever. It took forever, but this guy finally came back with a price tag, stuck it on there, $6.99. I'm sold. $6.99, I'll take the gamble. And if it is a weird format, whatever. I have since verified this is indeed a compact cassette tape player, which is good. I mean, I would rather have it be that way. It is super heavy. I'm guessing early to mid 60s because this apparently predates the term compact cassette or cassette tape, as it says, tape cartridge recorder. Sears did have its own proprietary tape, and this is not that, apparently. But if you watch that Tecmo video, it's an interesting story, and he found some pictures of these online, this exact one, actually. So I was concerned, but it ends up, at the end of the day, this is a compact cassette tape recorder. So this will be an interesting show. Does it work? Does it not work? Again, if you want to learn more, keep watching because we're going to do more shows about it. Okay, we got one more thing to show. This is the piece de resistance. And again, if you watched yesterday, you're probably not too surprised, but here we go. Yep, I picked it up. This is the world's largest, and it's a giant suitcase cassette tape player. It's mono. It's got no special features. It says East Middle School on it, Aurora Public Schools, so ex-federal government property again, like the schoolroom record player. The speaker down here has a nice pencil stab through it, so is the speaker in good condition? Does it work still or not? I don't know, but it's super rugged, metal corners, rubber feet on the bottoms, on this side and this side is what I mean. And yeah, I've disinfected all of this stuff, but again, if you want to see it working, you know, tune in. In fact, we're going to do this one tomorrow. So if you want to see the Sharp player, does it work? Does it not work? Take a look inside. If you want to see those things, come back tomorrow because this will be the show for tomorrow. But yeah, as you can see, it's basically like a shoebox cassette player on this giant metal plinth in a wooden box covered in vinyl. It's very mono. It does have a speaker. Somebody else on YouTube, by the way, very little on this guy, on the Sears player on YouTube out there is very, very little history on this. And I can't date it. I mean, I don't know the actual history of this. It's very little information out there. None of this stuff, I mean, price-wise, if you want to pick this stuff up on eBay, you're looking anywhere from 20, 30, 40 bucks. They're not super rare, but, oh, by the way, same thing with this. No price tag. This is $12.99, so I took a gamble. It's got this East Middle School etched all over it, so that's not coming out, but it's still cool. I mean, it's a classroom player, and I like that stuff. Anyway, it seems like good hardware. It's got a metal, I guess you would call that plinth. I don't know if it's considered a plinth when it's a cassette player, but yeah, it's super rugged. It looks probably early 80s to me. This is something I would have actually had in school versus the record player so much in the 1980s. Got a mechanical counter. But yeah, that's about all there is to say. Anyway, so I was going to tell you, some people say that's not a speaker back there. Others say that it is a speaker. So we're going to verify that tomorrow as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's the haul. That's what we found. And again, we're going to go do in-depth videos and review each one of these pieces of tech. The records you'll see in future videos. They'll come up. I don't know where or when, but you never know. Same thing with a CD player. But tomorrow we're going to start by reviewing this Sharp AV2000 classroom cassette player. We're going to look inside it. We're going to do our best to get it working if it's not working already. And that's it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry for the dog's barking. She's getting a little bored. I hope you aren't getting bored. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would you please consider hitting subscribe for me? I would really appreciate that. But anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Happy record hunting. We will see you tomorrow.